Hello, my name is Precious Aguga, and the speech of the topic we're given in class is the civil/social responsibility organizations. And before I start talking about the organization I will be talking about, let me talk about why I chose this organization. I have a thing about littering, so this kind of give you a hint what I'm about to talk about. But like my dad, I just do not like littering. I don't like anything. I don't like when people drop things because I just like the environment to look good. I like it to be clean so it doesn't look like we're in a bad area or we're in a shabby area. So the organization I chose was the EPA, which is the Environmental Protection Agency. Now let's start off about the agency. Well, it started off from President Nixon creating, or at least starting, the organization because around 1970 or a little bit before, the high rising of pollution and contaminations in the water was bad for the United States and it wasn't getting good. Places like California had really high contaminations in the water, and like around Cleveland area, Ohio, there was so much pollution in the air that was just too much that President Nixon decided in 1970 to end up, creating the agency. So, what does the agency do? Well, the agency is to help clean the air, make sure all the waters and everything is less contaminated. They make sure people have good environment, have good areas. There's sometimes also go out to reach out to people to try to help make the community better. It's also for they actually make regulations. They make like things to send to the government so they're able to come out and send it to us for to help the environment look better and to do better. How they do that? They do it through grants. They do grants for nonprofit organizations, anything environmental type of agencies or organizations. They do it for educations. They also send money to laboratories to help fund to be able to learn more about the toxins and then the pollution and how we're going to be able to make it better because it's really bad and stuff. And before all of this even started, the Clean Act of 1972 was created, and that's really where people started to see this picking up because after they did that, to regulate what was in the water and what can be happened and what's examined, people started to see that around the areas, after like for 5 years, 4 years, the area around it started to get better. There's less contaminations in the water. There's less pollution, which is good because the organization helps for our health reasons as well. That's why they added regulations. The whole point was so we can be able to be healthy human beings. So, why, for example, someone asks, why am I talking about this? Why is this something important? I think this is an important thing because I think everyone should really be more environmental friendly. I think everyone should start looking at more what's happening because in the streets right now, there's a lot of like pollution everywhere and it really doesn't make the environment and the area look nice. If other people from other countries want to come over, it really doesn't make it look nice. So the organization really did help and makes everything look good. Now, what are they trying to do in the promotion for the future? They have like links and stuff to show and advertise what they're trying to do. They also have like areas where you can learn and laboratories and schools where you can learn about environmental. But the only thing I would say that I would work on is I am like an environmental freak, but I didn't know about any of this. I didn't know about anything like this. And it's kind of funny because like I really like the environment, but I never heard of the organization before. It wasn't really well known to me. Maybe that's just me because I wasn't educated enough, but then that's a problem. It should be educated by this type of organization that exists as well. I also think that on the website, the ega.gov website, they have a link if you want to learn more and stuff, but that means someone that isn't a part of the environment, like who isn't that environment friendly, like they don't really care, they can go on with their day. That means they have to purposely go to the website, they have to go find the link, they have to go and press it. And I just don't think that's really effective enough because the whole point of the organization is to make everything be better, but it's also to be able to make known that we should make the environmental good, you know what I mean? To make the environmental better. But if it's not really known, you can't really say about it and you can't really like communicate people, the word isn't being spread enough, are you really doing your job right? I think they should have more marketing into it. I think they should put more into spreading it out, like having flyers around and stuff. I really think like I want to go outside and see it everywhere because if I see it everywhere, that means people are gonna on like unsubconsciously know that you should try and make the environment better. They'll be like, oh, I saw that sign. Be better, be healthier, green, 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 something like that. You know what I mean? Like, the more you see it repetitively, even though it's going to be annoying and irritating, you're going to think about it and you're just going to be like, maybe I shouldn't litter. Maybe I should throw this in a trash next time. Maybe I shouldn't just throw my gum out here. Maybe I should put it in a trash next time. The more it's seen, the more it's known, the more people are going to unsubconsciously or subconsciously look more into it, and the more they're actually going to take action and to do something. Because even though I'm probably going to look more about this later on, but it's interesting because I didn't know anything about this organization, but it turns out since it has .gov in the website to know all the origin and stuff, that means that it's actually like a really wide known thing and it's very important, but a lot of people just don't know about it. And it's not because they don't like the environment or like they don't want to know it. It's just because it's just not known information. And if it was spread out more, maybe through education, more like actual human, like our education instead of like education that is specifically meant for that, maybe it will be better known more. And also as well, I really think flyers would help, or like posters around. There should be like advertisements. I think like they should make it so annoying that we're gonna have to listen to it because we're just gonna unnaturally be like, oh, we're just used to this. Like this is just it, and like so we can have a better environment and better greenery. Well, thank you for listening to me today. That's all I have to say, and I hope you have a good day.